Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so as I told you, so causative verbs here, the first one, let, as I told you, it means to allow someone to do something. الكوزاتيف verbs دوت أنا عندي فيهم أربع أفعال: let و make have get and help. اتكلمنا عن let وقلنا إن let معناها to allow someone to do something. أنا بسمح لشخص إن هو يعمل شيء. we use after let البيرسون اللي هو الشخص أو thing and then the main verb without adding anything. Like when I say my brother let me use, فقلنا after my brother we use let and then الobject اللي هو me وبعد كده المين verb اللي هو use. في أي مشكلة في الverb ده؟
لا.
وقلنا like my brother let me use his computer, my father lets me use his car and so on and so forth. So هو بيسمح للشخص إنه يعمل شيء بس بستخدم السبجكت let وال let والشخص وبعد كده المين verb without to اللي هو المين verb. اتكلمنا عن meet دي اللي احنا كنا فيها and we said we use subject plus make and the person and also the main verb, but here there is a kind of force. في نوع من الإجبار، في نوع من إجبار الشخص إن هو يعمل الشيء. يعني أنا لما أقول my father makes me زي انت ما قلتي الاكزامبل اللي انت قلتيه اللي هو my father or my parents make us clean the house. يبقى هم اجبرونا ان احنا ننظفوا المكان. when I say my father for example my father makes me do my homework before going out. يبقى بابايا خلاني أعمل الواجب قبل ما نخرج، أجبرني على كده. يبقى now I have a question to you Hannah. What is the difference here between let and make?
For let you allow someone
Yeah, there is a
to
permission في
do
بالظبط. أنا بسمح له إن هو يعمل الشيء. Okay, and what about make?
make you force the person to do it.
Yeah, so yes, you force the person to do something. And the most important thing here in those two verbs, we use the main verb. My father let me use the main verb. They make students exercise the main verb. John's mom made him eat. We use here the main verb. Now let's move to the third verb اللي هو have. نيجي للنوع الثالث من الأفعال اللي هو have. طبعا have هنا مش بمعنى يمتلك. We're not going to talk about have as to possess something. No, we don't mean this. But we use have here as a causative verb. What does it mean, have here? It means to give someone the responsibility to do something. يعني أنا بدي شخص مسؤولية فعل شيء. For example, when I say I have a mechanic or I had a mechanic fix my car. What does it mean here, Hannah? I had a mechanic fix my car. Is there a force here, a permission, or just I give someone the responsibility to do something for me?
Uh, you give the responsibility.
Yeah. For example, I had a painter paint our apartment. So here there is no force and no here we're not talking about allowing someone to do something. No, just have it means you ask someone to do something for you. Uh, So it's his responsibility or her responsibility to do this for you. For example, when I say we had a mechanic fix our car, so here it's the mechanic responsibility to fix it. So we start by subject and then have and then the person who is responsible for doing something for us, and then the main verb. Look here, we had a painter paint our apartment. So we start by subject we, and then had, the past from have is had, and then the person who is responsible for doing something for us، الشخص اللي هو مسؤول عن إنه يعمل لنا الشيء ده، and then the main verb. Like, for example, Sheila had a hairdresser. Why? Do her hair. عشان يعني ينسق لها الشعر مثلا for example Paul had a mechanic. Why? Fix his car. So we use the main verb here. So Paul had a mechanic fix his car. So we start by subject Paul and then had, and after had we use here the person who is going to do something for us, and then the main verb fix, and then the rest of the sentence. So could you give me your own example, Hannah? I'm going to give you my own example for have. When I say I have my son clean the room every day, it means I ask, or it means here uh, I ask him to do this. Okay, so when I say I have my son clean the room every day, so it means I ask him to do this every day. It's his responsibility to do this. Okay, so when I say for example, I have Hannah organize a Zoom meeting every Thursday. So it's Hannah's responsibility to organize or to start a meeting or a virtual meeting every Thursday. Do you understand me, Hannah?
Yes.
So could you give me your own example, please?
Okay. The teacher had me answering the question.
Okay, no problem. That's right. After have, we have another verb. The fourth verb اللي هو causative verb get. Get, it's like have. هما الاتنين قريبين من بعض. But get here, it means to convince or persuade someone to do something. يعني when your parents is trying to persuade you to do something, for example, anything. So we can use get plus person plus to plus verb. Like what? Jane got her son to help her with the dishes. So when I say Hannah's mother got her daughter Hannah to help her with the dishes. So it means Hannah's mother is trying to persuade her to help her. Do you understand me, Hannah? So there is a kind of persuasion. هي بتحاول تقنعك انك تعملي الشيء ده. فthe difference between uh, have and get، ان get I'm trying to persuade the person، انا بحاول اقنع الشخص انه يعمل الشيء ده، في نوع من الاقناع. But have just I ask him to do it. Okay, Hannah?
Okay.
Okay. Uh, Another example here, when I say she got, the past from get is got. She got her for example, she got her fiance to buy her an expensive ring, or I got my neighbor to help me carry my suitcase. So I got my neighbor to help me carry my suitcase. It means I persuaded him to help me carry my suitcase. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I can give you an example. You know, I can give you an example for get. When I say what? Ali or Ali got his mother to make a cake. What does it mean?
It means that uh, uh, she persuaded him to do it.
Yeah, that's right. So when I say Ali got his mother to make a cake, so it means Ali persuaded his mother to make what? A cake. That's right. Could you give me an example, Hannah? Your own example, please.
Okay, maybe we'll say uh, the principal got uh, the teacher to do all the work.
Yeah, excellent. That's a very a good example. You said the principal or the head teacher. You said here the head teacher got, or you said the principal got the teacher do the whole work, right? This is your example, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good example, Hannah. Yeah, it means he or she persuaded the teacher to do it. That's right. Good example. Uh, for now, let's move to so we've talked about let and make and have and get. Now the last one is causative verb help. Okay, what does it mean help? It means give aid to someone in doing something. يعني بساعد شخص إنه يعمل حاجة. طيب, how can we form it? What is the structure of using it? We start by help, and then the person, and then verb to or without to. Like what? Helen helped me do my homework. Or a cup of coffee in the morning helps me wake up, or helps me to wake up. My colleague helped me write my CV, or to write my CV. Okay, I think
Okay.
help is easy. أعتقد help يعني easier. It's easier than the other, right?
Yes. They are all the same.
Yeah, they are all the same. That's right. So now let's move to some questions here in order to make sure you understand it. So now fill in the gaps with causative verbs. Let, have, make, help, and get the verbs in brackets in the correct form. Number one, can you use any ممكن تستخدمي حاجة تكتبي بيها يا هنا؟
Okay.
If you have any application to write يا ترى تستخدمي أي حاجة تكتبي بيها it will be better. اوكي. أو مفيش حاجة تاني ممكن تكست كده ولا صعب عندك؟
لا مفيش
اوكي. طيب, So let's start. Number one. I don't my children video games. So you're going to use here let, have, make, and get. So I don't what? Let. Correct. That's right. Excellent, Hannah. I don't let my children play video games. That's right. Number two, the police for the damage he caused. Yes, بس خليها past يا هنا. يعني make it past. So the police made him pay. يبقى البوليس خلاه يدفع.
It's fast.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not here.
عشان هنا he caused. Do you understand me? So the police made him pay for the damage he caused. Number three, Rob